First of all, I want to thank the Drake administration to help make this possible. I mean, this is an incredible amount of work by a lot of people to get a game together as quickly as we did, with Thanksgiving right in the middle, and a lot of people working hard over their holiday to make this a great experience for the players from both teams. And I want to thank Brian Harden and our entire athletic administration and President Martin. Again, so many people did so much work. Second of all, I want to thank Iowa State, Jamie Pollard, and Coach Campbell for what they did. I mean, it was a great opportunity and experience for our guys, and they were just incredible hosts all the way through. Honestly, going back to when the game first became a possibility after we both got rained out, or lightninged out, I should say, back in September, and just so thankful that the game did work out. And then the final comment I have is, and really this is what's most important, and I'll try not to get too emotional, but the guys on each side of me here represent an entire football team of incredible young men, and to have had the opportunity to coach these guys. I mean, I was thinking about it Thursday night at home, getting ready for the game and finalizing game plan, and man, we've been around the world together, okay? We've been through some incredible stuff. I don't know if any of you have your helmet. Coach Bill Charles, an Iowa State football alum from the early 60s, Drake football coach for 35 years. We had to say goodbye to him at the end of July, and that was really, really tough. I mean, this team's been through so much together, and I couldn't be more proud. And I'm going to say, I said this to Justin on the radio interview right after the game. As the challenge, I said to the guys afterwards, sometimes people outside of our program define us because we're non-scholarship, and they make assumptions about the kind of men and the kind of athletes that we have. And honestly, I challenge our guys because sometimes they buy into that lie. Okay, and you saw today the kind of men that we have, the kind of competitors that we have, the kind of athletes that we have, the kind of character that we have, and I couldn't be more proud of these guys and our entire football team.
Guys, you left it all out there, I thought, today. Just tell me about the effort you guys put into this game.
Well, we talked about it early. We went home for Thanksgiving. I left, drove home, thought I was retired, done with college football. Get a call, now retired, can't pig out during Thanksgiving. Got to come back and put in the work. And it was a regular week where we studied film just like any other week. We practiced hard just like any other week. And honestly, we had questions from people before, students and reporters and stuff about, do you think it's safe to play? Do you think that, what are you going to do to, try to keep, all this stuff? And every time I told them the same thing, is that, we've been, dominant on defense and played good football all year. I don't know why it would be any different today. We're going to win one play at a time, stop their run one play at a time, and that's what we did all the way up until the end. And I really thought, I thought we were going to win it. Disappointing at the end, really disappointing, because we've had the vision, we believed it for a lot longer than anybody else did. So tough.
How big a role? You guys are all caked in mud in the field. And how big a role did that play out there today, in what you could do and couldn't do?
Both teams were playing the same conditions. We, really after the pregame was the worst. When we came out initially, it was 40-mile-an-hour winds and rain. I thought, oh boy, this is gonna be tough. And then it turned to snow, and I thought, okay, we're gonna have a snowstorm. And then really after the first quarter, it kind of settled down. And it was a little slippery. I don't know about Iowa State, but we ran our game plan, I think, in every phase of our game. So.
It seemed a couple times both teams, there were verging big plays, and then there was a slip or something.
Yeah.
It evened out a little bit sometimes in that way.
Yeah, a little slippery on the track.
Was there ever a moment in the game when you guys and the players, you thought, okay, yeah, maybe we're just like them. They are just divisional players like this. We can totally beat them. Was there a moment when that kind of clicked?
I think that moment for me has been true ever since we found out we were playing them. I mean, not to be arrogant or anything, but I see myself as a Division I football player. They're Division I football players. We played against guys that are bigger, and so when we got out to the game, my only thought was this is exactly who I thought they'd be. They're going to be big, they're going to be strong, they're going to be good football players. So are we. So it just seemed like exactly what I was expecting.
What was the difference ultimately in this game? Why did they come out on top?
Made one more play than we did. You know, I mean, it's a 3-point game. We're going to look back at the film and, you know, football games, especially these kind of games, are decided by 4 or 5 plays. And we're going to look back and see those 4 or 5 plays that, man, if we'd made that play or we made that play, it would have changed the outcome of the game. That's what happens when two teams play great football against each other, and that's how it ends up. And they made that play.
Grant, what does this performance say about Drake football? Just what is the statement that was made?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of just goes to tell everybody, like, don't count anyone out. I mean, we prepared our butts off. We had a whole week to prepare. I mean, it was a great step for Drake as a program and just kind of push them forward. I mean, I think this is a great step for Drake to leave our legacy. I mean, Clayburgh was saying it in April, like, we want to have the longest season of Drake football possible. And we played in China in May and ended at Iowa State. Like, if you would have told me when I came here I was going to play in China and play at Iowa State, I would have told you were lying. And I mean, just the experience that I've gotten at Drake, I mean, being able to play Iowa State is just a huge environment. Just, it's a great experience. I mean, I wouldn't trade this for anything else. I mean, I love everyone here, and you guys are my best friends for life, and Drake football's just given me everything I could ask for.
Montgomery dashed you for one long run, but can you talk about what generally for most of the game that you did against?
Man, he's a good player, and especially defensively from linebackers. You know, we missed a lot of tackles on him, which we knew. I think going into this game, he had the most forced missed tackles of any back. He's strong. He's a really good player, but the way we tackle is we run to the ball. If you're tired, you get out. Someone's coming in, so we run to the ball. We gang tackled. For most of the game, we did pretty well. And with a back like that, it takes 1 or 2 guys, but one guy holds someone up, and the second guy's always coming because that's how our defense is played. Is just kind of swarming and running to the ball. That's been our strength, is never giving up on plays. So with a back like that, that's that talented. That's what you got to do. And for the most part, we did a pretty good job, I think.
How about offensively, Grant? It looks like you kind of took advantage of what they were giving you out there, their defense, when there were openings in the zone, you kind of found them. Is that
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we had a great game plan going in. Just kind of watching their film, kind of knew where the open holes were going to be. Coaches kind of discovered their little how to recognize their defense better, and kind of helped me see the defense better as well. So I mean, just kind of a whole team experience, kind of just going in together, had a great strategy. We executed really good. I mean, I was just really proud of the way we fought. I mean, we did everything we needed to do. We just got to get that extra play. But I was really proud of the way the offense played. O-line played fantastic. I mean, yeah, I mean, they played their butts off, and couldn't be more happy for this offense as a whole.
I know that every game you guys treat it like, it might be the Pioneer Football Championship, or every game you're going to win, you go in, treat each opponent with like the same amount of respect. When you guys found out you were playing Iowa State, how did you guys prepare? How did you game plan accordingly for that? And kind of like you were saying, like finding the holes in their defense and stuff like that.
Well, any opponent you play, you got to recognize what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, what can you take advantage of, how does that match up to your own strengths and weaknesses. And, obviously playing an opponent like Iowa State, there's a lot more strengths and a lot fewer weaknesses. And so, we had to find out what those were, and then go execute and trust our guys to do it, and they did, and that's what gave us a chance to win the ball game today. And so, in that sense, it really wasn't any different. But it was different because the opponent we were playing was a very, very good football team. And so we had to look harder for those things because of that.
It's not to be over dramatic, but Coach Fox says there are 4 or 5 plays in every game that end up determining the game, and I think it's kind of true with your life too. There are several experiences that you have, and sometimes you know when they're coming, and sometimes you don't, but the ones that you'll remember forever. And games like this kind of come with like a pretty big this is going to be one of those things. And so I think we were pretty aware of that coming in here, and guys were just ready to seize the adventure. If you can't seize the biggest adventure that's presented itself to you in your life, then what are you doing? And so we were coming in like, why not us? Like, why not today? And it was I think that was our mentality all week about the whole game. It was like, why not? You know.